Stop right there. I need to see some ID.
Is there a problem, officer?
That uniform.
Where'd you get it?
I'm active duty Navy. These are my dress blues.
Anyone can buy that online.
I'm a Navy SEAL. My CO is expecting me.
Yeah? Turn around. Hands behind your back.
Cop slams Black Navy SEAL in dress blues at airport. 12 minutes later, the Pentagon destroys careers. A busy airport terminal. Friday afternoon, families hugging, travelers rushing to catch flights. A police officer spots a black man in a Navy uniform. He walks straight toward him. "Sir, stop right there. I need to see some ID." The man in uniform looks up. "Is there a problem?" "The uniform, where'd you get it?" "I'm in the Navy. These are my dress blues." Okay, sure. Anyone can buy that online." "Officer, I'm active duty. I just flew in from." "I don't care where you flew from. You're coming with me, hands behind your back." "I'm a Navy SEAL. My commanding officer is waiting for me right now." "A Navy SEAL, right, and I'm the president, turn around." Officer Thomas Jenkins had no idea what he just walked into. In the next 12 minutes, this airport stop would trigger a call to the Pentagon. It would end 6 careers. It would cost the department $11.4 million. The man in handcuffs was Chief Petty Officer Darius Carter. He was a 14-year Navy SEAL. He had 3 combat tours. He had a Bronze Star with Valor. He had a Purple Heart. And his commanding officer was standing 40 feet away, watching everything. This was not just a wrongful arrest. This was an attack on a national hero, and the Pentagon was about to respond. Before I continue, let me ask you something. Have you ever been judged because of how you look? Tell me your story in the comments. But Officer Jenkins had no clue who he was putting in handcuffs. Chief Petty Officer Darius Marcus Carter was 36 years old. He was an active duty Navy SEAL assigned to SEAL Team 4. He had served his country for 14 years. Becoming a SEAL is one of the hardest things a person can do. Only 25% of people who try will make it through training. Carter made it. He was among the best of the best. He had deployed 3 times, Afghanistan, Iraq, and other places he could not talk about. He had been shot at. He had seen friends die. He had earned every ribbon on his chest. His Bronze Star with Valor meant he showed bravery under enemy fire. His Purple Heart meant he had been wounded in combat. His Navy Commendation Medal meant his leaders recognized his excellence. Carter was trained in hand-to-hand combat. He could have easily fought back against Jenkins, but he did not. His training taught him to stay calm. That Friday, he was flying home to surprise his daughter. She was turning 8 years old. He was wearing his dress blues because the Navy required it for official travel. He was not a threat. He was not a criminal. He was a hero trying to get home to his family. But to Officer Jenkins, none of that mattered. He just saw a black man in a uniform, and he decided it had to be fake. Now here is what happened next. Officer Thomas Jenkins had a history, and it was ugly. Jenkins was 41 years old. He had worked as an airport police officer for 8 years. Before that, he was a MAL security guard. He failed the police academy twice before finally passing on his 3rd try. Here is what his bosses did not want people to know. Jenkins had 5 complaints filed against him in just 3 years. 5, every single one involved a black man. Let me break it down. In 2021, Jenkins stopped a black businessman in the terminal. The man was sitting quietly, reading a book. Jenkins said he looked suspicious. He detained him for 30 minutes. The man filed a complaint. Nothing happened. In 2022, Jenkins handcuffed a black airline pilot. The pilot was in full uniform with his airline ID badge visible. Jenkins said the uniform looked fake. The airline sued. The case was settled quietly. In 2023, Jenkins stopped a black TSA agent. The agent was in uniform walking to his shift. Jenkins demanded proof he actually worked there. Another complaint. Another warning. 0 real punishment. His co-workers had a nickname for him. They called him Badge Happy Jenkins. He loved using his power, especially on certain people. 5 times he targeted black men in professional clothing. 5 times the system protected him. But this time he picked wrong. He picked a man whose chain of command reached the Pentagon. Type the word accountability in the comments if you think 5 complaints is too many to ignore. It was Friday, October 11th. The time was 2:47 in the afternoon. Harrington Metropolitan Airport was busy. Terminal B was full of travelers. Families hugged at the arrivals gate. Business people rushed to catch flights. It was a normal Friday afternoon. Chief Carter had just landed. His flight came in from a connecting base on the East Coast. He walked through the terminal carrying his sea bag. The bag had military markings on it. He was wearing his navy dress blues, the dark blue uniform with gold buttons, ribbons on his chest, SEAL trident pin visible, everything correct and proper. His commanding officer was waiting for him. Captain William Rhodes had come to pick him up personally, the captain's stow. Odd near baggage claim, watching for Carter to come through. Then Captain Rhodes saw something that made his blood run cold. An airport cop was walking straight toward Carter, fast, aggressive, no backup, no clear reason. Jenkins had spotted Carter from 30 feet away. He saw a black man in a military uniform, and he made a decision. Here is an important detail. The airport had security cameras everywhere. 4 different cameras were pointed at that exact spot. Every second was being recorded. If stories about justice matter to you, hit that subscribe button right now. You do not want to miss what happens next. What happened next would change everything. Jenkins walked up fast. His hand was already near his belt. "Sir, stop. I need to see some ID." Carter stopped walking. He stayed calm. "Is there a problem, officer?" "The uniform, where did you get it?" "I'm in the United States Navy. These are my dress blues." Jenkins looked him up and down. His face showed doubt. "Anyone can buy that stuff online. How do I know it's real?" Carter pointed to his chest. "These ribbons are real. This trident is real. I'm a Navy SEAL." Sure you are." Jenkins stepped closer. "You're going to need to come with me." "Am I being detained? For what?" "For questioning. Let's go." Carter did not move. "Officer, my commanding officer is in this building right now. He's waiting for me at baggage claim." "I don't care who's waiting. You're coming with me." "I'm not resisting, but I need to know why." Jenkins grabbed Carter's arm, hard. "You want to know why? Because I said so. Turn around." Carter stayed still. His training kicked in. Stay calm, do not escalate, document everything. "Officer, you're making a mistake." "The only mistake here is yours." Jenkins spun Carter around. He pushed him against the wall, hard. People stopped and stared. A flight attendant spoke up. He wasn't doing anything wrong, he was just walking. An elderly man in a veteran's cap shouted, "That man is in uniform, show some respect." A businessman pulled out his phone. He started recording. Jenkins did not care. He pulled out his handcuffs. He grabbed Carter's wrists and yanked them back. Then he slammed Carter's face into the wall. Carter grunted in pain, but he did not fight back. "I'm not resisting," he said through gritted teeth. 40 feet away, Captain Rhodes started walking toward them, fast. "What would you do if you saw this happening? Let me know in the comments." In about 60 seconds, Officer Jenkins was going to find out exactly who he just assaulted. Captain William Rhodes walked up in his full Navy captain uniform, 4 gold stripes on his sleeve, command pin on his chest, 22 years of service in his posture. His voice was ice cold. "Officer, release that man, immediately." Jenkins looked over. He saw another man in a Navy uniform. He rolled his eyes. "Sir, this doesn't concern you. Step back." Rhodes did not step back. He stepped forward. "I am Captain William Rhodes, United States Navy. That man you have in handcuffs is Chief Petty Officer Darius Carter. He is one of the most decorated SEALs in my command. You have 5 seconds to release him." Jenkins's face changed. The color drained out of it. "Did you say, Captain?" 5, 4, 3. Jenkins fumbled with the handcuffs. His hands were shaking now. Carter spoke while still facing the wall. "Sir, he accused me of wearing a fake uniform, said anyone can buy it online." Rhodes's jaw tightened. "Is that so?" He looked at Jenkins. Badge number, now. Jenkins stuttered, Captain, it was a misunderstanding, standard security check. Rhodes stepped closer, his voice dropped low. Slamming a decorated combat veteran's face into a wall is not a standard security check, it's assault. He pulled out his phone. This is Captain Rhodes. I need you to contact NCIS and the Pentagon liaison immediately. One of my SEALs was just assaulted by airport police. I'm looking at the officer right now. Jenkins went pale. NCIS, the Pentagon, those words hit him like a truck. His partner arrived. The partner saw Captain Rhodes's uniform. He saw the 4 gold stripes. His face showed pure panic. Jenkins, what did you do? The partner tried to apologize. Captain, I'm so sorry, I'm sure we can. Rhodes cut him off. Save it. Your partner just assaulted a man with a bronze star and a purple heart. NCIS is already on the way. The handcuffs came off. Carter's wrists were red and cut. The cuffs had been too tight. Witnesses gathered around. The flight attendant spoke first. I saw everything. He never resisted. That officer just attacked him for no reason. The elderly veteran stepped forward. He was 87 years old. He served in Korea in 1952. I wore that uniform for 20 years. That SEAL did nothing wrong. This is a disgrace to everyone who ever served. The businessman held up his phone. I have it all on video, every second. 4 security cameras, 1 cell phone, 6 witnesses, all of it see. Abjad. Carter turned to face Jenkins. His face was calm, but his eyes burned. I've been in combat 3 times. I've been shot at by enemies of this country. I've earned every ribbon on this uniform with my blood, and you thought it was a costume. Jenkins could not speak. He just stood there. The weight of what he had done was starting to hit him, but the full consequences, those were still coming. Type justice in the comments if you believe what Jenkins did was wrong. Within 1 hour, NCIS agents arrived. Within 3 hours, the Pentagon was briefed, and Officer Jenkins was about to learn what happens when you attack one of America's elite warriors. NCIS arrived 47 minutes after Captain Rhodes made the call. 2 federal agents in suits walked into the terminal. Right behind them came the airport police chief. Her name was Margaret Sullivan. She had been chief for 12 years. When she saw Captain Rhodes, her face went white. She knew this was bad. She had no idea how bad. The investigation started immediately. The agents pulled security footage from 4 cameras. They got 23 minutes of video total. Every angle showed the same thing. Carter walking calmly, Jenkins approaching aggressively, Carter not resisting, Jenkins slamming him into the wall. They took statements from 6 witnesses. Every story matched. Carter did nothing wrong. Jenkins attacked him without cause. They secured the cell phone video. 4 minutes and 12 seconds of clear footage. They checked Carter's military records. Every decoration was real. The bronze star, the purple heart, the SEAL trident, all verified, all earned in combat. Then they pulled Jenkins's complaint history. 5 complaints, all involving black men, all dismissed or settled quietly. Jenkins tried to explain himself. He matched a security alert we received, he said. The NCIS agent checked. There was no security alert. Jenkins had lied. The uniform looked suspicious, Jenkins said. The agent looked at the uniform. Standard navy dress blues, correct insignia, SEAL trident in the right place, nothing suspicious. He became aggressive when I approached him, Jenkins said. The agent pointed at the screen. 4 camera angles showed Carter standing completely still. Every claim Jenkins made was a lie. By 6 p.m., the Department of Defense liaison called Chief Sullivan directly. The Secretary of the Navy has been briefed on this incident. We expect full cooperation with the investigation. Sullivan suspended Jenkins immediately. No pay, no badge, no gun. Jenkins protested, "This is blown out of proportion. It was a mistake." The NCIS agent looked at him. Assaulting a decorated special warfare operator is not a mistake. It's a felony. Carter was examined by medics. His wrists had cuts and bruises from the handcuffs. His face had bruising from being slammed into the wall. The doctors documented symptoms of triggered PTSD. Carter gave his statement calmly, professionally, every detail in order, just like he was trained. Captain Rhodes gave his statement too. In 22 years of service, I have never seen such disrespect shown to a military uniform. If you believe military heroes deserve respect, hit subscribe now. We have more coming. But the investigation was just beginning. Within 48 hours, this story would explode across the country. The video did not stay quiet for long. 1 hour after the incident, the businessman posted his cell phone video online. His caption said, "Airport cop assaults Navy SEAL for wearing his uniform." 3 hours later, the video had 100,000 views. Veterans groups were sharing it everywhere. 6 hours later, it hit 500,000 views. Military influencers were commenting. Active duty service members were outraged. 12 hours later, national news picked it up. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, everyone was covering the story. 24 hours later, the video had 4.2 million views. The hashtag Justice for Chief Carter was trending across the country. The numbers kept growing. On Twitter, 4.2 million views and 156,000 shares. On Instagram, 2.1 million views. On TikTok, the video and reactions got 7.3 million combined views. YouTube news segments added another 3 million. People had a lot to say. One comment read, "A bronze star, a purple heart, 3 combat tour, and he gets slammed into a wall for wearing his uniform." Another said, "This man has defended our country with his blood, and this is how he gets treated at home." A veteran wrote, "The military does not forget. Jenkins just made the most powerful enemy in the world." Thousands of veterans shared their own stories of being profiled while in uniform. The airport released a statement, "We are aware of the incident and conducting an internal review." The public was not satisfied. Internal review was not enough, not this time. Jenkins deleted all his social media accounts. He went completely silent. 3 days later, Chief Carter stood at a podium in his dress blues. Cameras flashed. Reporters waited. He had an announcement that would end careers. Share this video if you think everyone should see what happened. Chief Carter stood at the podium. Captain Rhodes stood beside him. A military attorney stood on his other side. Carter announced he was filing a federal lawsuit. The lawsuit named Officer Jenkins. It named the Airport Police Department. It named the city of Harrington. The claims were serious: violation of the Fourth Amendment, assault, battery, racial discrimination, intentional emotional distress. During the legal process, Jenkins's full history came out. His 5 complaints were examined closely. Every single one involved a black man in professional attire. Internal emails showed supervisors knew about the pattern. They called it overzealous but harmless. They never stopped him. Other victims came forward. After seeing the news, 2 more men reported that Jenkins had harassed them at the airport. Same pattern, same excuses, same result. The evidence was overwhelming. 4 security camera angles showed 23 minutes of footage. The cell phone video showed 4 minutes and 12 seconds. 6 witnesses gave statements. Medical records documented Carter's injuries. Military records confirmed every decoration. So how much did they pay? I will tell you. After 14 months, the case was settled. The total was $11.4 million. That included $8.7 million for damages, another $1.9 million in punishment damages, and $800,000 for attorney fees. But the money was not the biggest consequence. The careers were. Officer Jenkins was fired. He was banned from law enforcement forever. He had to pay part of the settlement himself. His partner was suspended and demoted for not stopping the assault. Airport Police Chief Sullivan was forced to resign. 3 supervisors who had ignored Jenkins's previous complaints were terminated. 6 careers ended because of one man's bias. The department had to make changes. All officers now require bias training. A new review board was created. Body cameras became mandatory. Jenkins never apologized publicly. His attorney called it a regrettable situation. Carter's response was simple. This was never about money. This was about making sure no service member is ever disrespected like this again. He donated $1 million to veterans' mental health organizations. But Chief Carter had one more thing to say. 6 months after the settlement, Carter sat down for an interview at his naval base. He spoke slowly, every word mattered. For weeks after, I would tense up in airports, me, a combat veteran who has been in firefights, nervous walking through a terminal. He said the nightmares came back. The PTSD symptoms he thought he had under control were triggered again. The hardest part was explaining it to his daughter. She was so excited for her birthday. Then I came home with bruises on my face. She asked me if I was a bad guy. He paused. My 8-year-old daughter asked if her daddy was a bad guy. That broke something in me. He talked about what his service meant. I have served this country for 14 years. I have earned every medal on this uniform with my sweat and my blood. I have watched friends die, and to that officer, it was all a costume. He had a message for other service members. Stay calm, document everything. Your training is to de-escalate, use it, and know this, you earned your uniform, do not let anyone make you feel otherwise. He had a message for law enforcement too. Most officers are honorable, I know that, but the ones who are not destroy trust for everyone. That uniform I wear represents sacrifice, yours should too. He ended with this. I have defended this country on 3 continents. I should not have to defend myself in an American airport. But this case revealed something bigger than one bad cop. This case mattered because it showed a pattern. 41% of Black Americans report being stopped because of their race. Wearing a uniform does not protect you from bias. Even heroes get profiled. Chief Carter had witnesses, he had cameras, he had a captain watching. Most people do not have that. The Pentagon got involved. 6 careers ended. Policies changed. That is what it took to get justice. But what about the cases with no cameras, no witnesses, no captain? The system protected Jenkins through 5 complaints. It took a Navy SEAL and millions of views to finally stop him. So let me ask you, should it take a Pentagon phone call to get accountability? Should a decorated hero have to prove his uniform is real? How many officers like Jenkins are still out there, still profiling, still facing no consequences? Because if we do not fix the systems that let 5 complaints get ignored, if we do not demand accountability before someone assaults a SEAL, then we are just waiting for the next Jenkins, the next airport, the next veteran treated like a criminal for wearing a uniform he earned. Comment below if you believe officers with multiple complaints should face so. Thematic review. If you think stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button. We are going to keep exposing these stories. We are going to keep demanding better. We are going to keep fighting for the people who fight for us. This is not just about one cop and one SEAL. It is about all of us. It is about whether we truly respect the people who sacrifice everything for this country.